Mark.
And I'm Jerry. And we are the Military Collectibles Shop. So welcome to another edition of Season 3 of What's New at the Military Collectibles Shop. So we got in a bunch of stuff this week, another varied week. It's still winter here in Wisconsin, so we haven't had a ton of people coming in. But we did get some stuff that was sent to us. We had some stuff come in, and we had some stuff that people mailed to us. So we'll do like our friend Mr. Whitman. We'll do a box opening and see what we got without the cigars and good wine. So, all right, let's start.
Well, we have this second pattern Luftwaffe dagger with the hanger and the porta-pee and
a little West Wall medal. Yeah, it was kind of funny. This one's kind of neat because it actually came right from the family. Not the U.S. family, the German family. This was actually Opa's. And he was a member of the Luftwaffe as part of a searchlight team. Probably part of an anti-aircraft unit. Probably on the West Wall, since his West Wall medal was hung from the dagger with care. But a nice second pattern. These, I believe, came out in 1937. This one's probably a little bit of a later war one because it's got the white handle, and the blade is not maker marked. So both indicative of just being a little later war piece. But nice dagger. Again, daggers have been flying off the shelves lately. They've been hard to get in. They've been hard to keep in stock. So I was happy to see that one turn up.
all right.
Got in, I'll start with some helmets because we got in a bunch of helmets. This one is kind of cool. It looks like the World War I 1917, but it's actually the 1917 A1, the so-called Kelly helmet, which is actually a misnomer. Apparently Kelly was one of the people that helped design like the British helmets or something, but for some reason collectors have stuck the name Kelly onto these helmets, so it kind of stuck. So if you hear somebody referring to a Kelly helmet, it's actually the 1917 A1, where they replaced the World War I liner with a leather 4-pad one, and they started using the woven chin straps instead of the leather chin strap. They still use the single point mounting thing, but instead of being a rivet, now they actually have a screw and a nut. So, but a nice helmet. Good example of, if you're doing a display of like the Marines at Pearl Harbor or the fighting on Guam, they were all wearing these style helmets. So a nice early helmet to find, and no good helmet collection is complete without one.
Cool. We have a Japanese knee mortar round, which is inert.
There's two kinds of things, nert and inert. You want to be sure things are inert.
Yes, and it's been taken apart. Unless that was the timing device.
The detonator.
But,
Mark's activated it. Tick, 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 tick.
If this ends in a flash, well, anyways, it's got most of the original paint on. It's a nice knee mortar round.
Yeah, always good to find. Going back to some helmets. Speaking of those poorly constructed World War I liners, we got a World War I helmet with a leather chin strap. Actually, the chin strap for now is intact. Let's see if we bring it to the show of shows if it will still be intact. But it's got the kind of oilcloth mesh. I think asbestos liner inside. Don't breathe deeply. Little ding on the top. But again, a decent, solid World War I U.S. helmet. Good example of a combat helmet.
All right.
We'll do those later. Sorry. Did you run out of things?
I don't have anything. Okay. I got a pair of short quarter combat boots, U.S. The rough side's out. June 30th, 1943, 9.5 by 9.5 E, 49.69. But I'm like really sure these are reproduction because the original ones, the rubber turns rock hard and is easily broken, and but these are well-made boots, and maybe they won't hurt your feet as much as the original ones.
That's true. These are made by S&M SW Wholesale, S&M Wholesale. One of the ones. But one of the better quality reproduction makers. We had 3 different groups of reproduction re-enactor stuff come in the past week or so. So a couple guys who are changing units, a couple guys going from German to Civil War, one guy just giving up his whole American impression. So it happens. Life happens. You can't always keep everything. People move, they get married, they do other stuff. Maybe they'll come back to the hobby, maybe they won't. So we ended up with a nice pair of boots. So that's cool. All right, back to another helmet. This one's kind of cool. This is actually a U.S. Marine Corps beach party. That's what the red square is for. It's not just a place to hang out in Russia. It basically let the Marines know that this guy belonged on the beach where everybody else should be moving forward. So they would help move guys off the beach. They would help move supplies, off the ships and onto the beach. Do that kind of stuff. So you'll see the red square. Usually you'll see it on the covers, but they also had them painted on the helmets as well. So a decent helmet. And this one, it's got the little metal clippy things. So this actually started out as a World War II front seam swivel bail helmet, but with the addition of the little metal clippy things, it's probably from the early 1960s, late 1950s, early 1960s. It's almost the color. I think of this darker green as kind of being a Korean War era color. So, but nice helmet, unusual to find. Anytime you find a painted helmet, that's aces in my book.
Cool. I have these.
We're not doing gloves. It's not surplus time.
Well, we got this burlap, part of a burlap bag.
Is that real? I don't know. The Germans liked marking everything. That's one thing that makes it nice about collecting German stuff, is because everything from their potato bags to their buckles to everything else had the German marking on it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's real. It might be. Kind of weird political.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got in a Vietnam helmet with the cover. This is, again, it's got little metal clippy things. That's the technical term. Clippy thing. 1. Left. Clippy thing. 1. Right. This one is kind of interesting because it has the tan side out, and it was obviously kind of worn that way. Dated 1962 on the cover. The covers are usually dated on one of the ear flaps. I call them ear flaps, but the inside things. And this is the Mitchell cover. That will usually you see the green side out. There's the brown side.
Maybe it was during the dry season in Vietnam.
It's possible, or wherever they were. Maybe he was down in Texas in '62. I don't know. Do the Faust.
Oh, look it. Got a Panzerfaust. This one's cool. It's got the older sight and launching mechanism. You see the more boxy looking one for this style. This is more off of the Klein Panzerfaust, the very early one. But when they went to a larger warhead, they were using this style for a while.
These are almost like, and some people equate it to the U.S. bazooka, but this is actually more like a an RPG, where it's like a rocket launcher, where the warhead, it's a shaped charge warhead, meaning that the blast blows in such a way that the power of the blast is amplified to be able to pierce through armor. And the way that they would do these is they would pull the pin to arm them, the sight would pop up, and then there's a launching button somewhere on here that would actually fire the rocket. It had fins that were kind of coiled up inside. They'd pop open to give it some stability as it would fly to the target. Now apparently nobody in the movie Fury knew how to use these things, because they all just walked past the tank that was sitting there disabled with them, instead of firing at least one of the rounds into it, which would have taken out the tank that was causing them so much problem.
Which would have shortened the movie.
It would have been a much shorter
minutes.
movie. But a great job on the costuming, I have to say. Costuming, awesome. Tanks, very cool. Weird storyline, meh. But hey, they can't all be winners. But props to our buddy Owen for doing all the legwork on that movie. Okay. Well, we got more helmets. This one? No. This is just a nice World War II front seam, swivel bail, nice early liner with the headband and everything. That's nice. This one's a little later, again with the metal clippy things, the stamped metal J-hooks. This one is also a front seam, but again, you know, you obviously used a little later, reused. This one, no, it's another World War II front seam, swivel bail. I'm trying to get to the one that...
Yeah, you got one more.
Okay, this one was actually named to a guy, which is kind of neat. Named to a captain, so we're researching him now. Again, a front seam swivel bail. This one's missing a little bit of the chin strap, but it's got like a follow me stripe on the back, which is kind of cool. And this last one, it's really hard to see, but it's got SP for Shore Patrol or Salt and Pepper. It's a front seam swivel bail. And you know, again, anytime you find a helmet with anything painted on it, that's cool.
All right, let's see.
Time for unboxing?
Yes, let's unbox.
Let's unbox. So we've been getting ready for the show of shows, which will be coming up in a scant about 2 weeks from now. So we're looking forward to seeing some of you guys down there. So be sure and pop by and say hi if you see us. We look like this.
And probably be wearing these shirts too. That might help a little
Pretty
bit.
much my entire wardrobe is either these shirts or Star Wars shirts. Those apparently are the two kinds of shirts that I have. Or I have one Green Bay Packers jersey. Ooh. Is that a Chinese spy balloon?
There's no dates on this air.
Do you have your artifacts from the Chinese spy balloon?
Uh-oh.
Sharon Bigara.
This looks cool, whatever it is.
This is cool. Oh my god. This is really impressive. Okay. This is a Japanese strap-on. No, I'm not going there. I know some of you at home already know what it is. Oh, and there's even a little brush.
Cool.
Putting on the makeup.
Hey. Oh, this is a scope.
It's a Japanese sniper scope, brought back by the guy's father, who sent it to us.
Was he a Japanese sniper?
No. He was actually with the American Artillery Forces. But really cool to find, especially if you have a Japanese sniper rifle. Or we'll soon be going to a show where there's a lot of people that probably have a Japanese sniper rifle. Ooh, the optics are really good. And a little crosshair. A little silhouette of a GI in there.
There's a bunch of notches scratched into the side.
No, but this is real, and especially with the little box, you know. It's like,
And the brush has got to be extra cool.
that's neat. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So again, another fine item you'll see at the show of shows.
Yeah, I mean, just to have the straps and stuff on it, it's really cool.
All right, now we come to the portion of the evening. Oh, this is the sucky part. For those of you who remember Jerry's excitement when he picked up this SS buckle.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Wah, wah. It's fake. This is like the next generation of fakes currently being sold by Rex Reddick, who does not sell things as original. So props to him. And Jerry just got too excited, and yeah. But this is admittedly this is a really good fake. It's got the things I like to look for on these early aluminum buckles. You know, it had the correct markings. This manufacturer actually existed. It had the SS runes in a circle, not a diamond. Diamond and S runes just don't go together. It had the nice peened over hinge thing. It had the rope behind the eagle's head. All the things I like to look for. It had wear. It had use. But it also has cast wires. And these wires were normally extruded, not cast. So when I saw the casting lines, it's crap, as they say in Scotland. So, live and learn. You too can learn from our mistakes. Mistake number 2.
Ouch.
Yeah, this one hurt. I thought this was a beautiful badge, and it really is still a pretty German coastal artillery badge. Unfortunately, this one's marked, nice wide Coke bottle style pin, made by Schuco, SH und Co, whoever SNHR und Co. Apparently, they never made coastal artillery badges. So wah, wah, wah. Yeah, and unfortunately we had paid a lot for this one. So sometimes you take it in the shorts. But again, we believe in truth and righteousness and not screwing people. So we took the badge back. We're happy to admit our mistake and using it as a learning tool for you. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that about the buckle, too.
I just learned that actually, too, obviously. So, but something to look for. Something, hopefully you guys won't get burned, because if you look up the Reddick, look online. RexReddick.com or Reddick.com or Reddick Militaria. You know, use the old Google. And there's actually several buckles that are in this kind of, they're almost like pre-aged. They're worn looking. This will fool a lot of people. This is a very dangerous belt buckle. You know, so when you're spending a couple, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 on a belt buckle, you want to be sure it's real. This one is not. Okay. Hate to end on that downer note, but you know. And we did get more stuff in, but again, most of the stuff we got in this past week was a lot of re-enactor stuff. Maybe we'll do a whole episode on just some of the re-enactor stuff we got in. That stuff will be coming to our website soon. Most of this stuff is probably going to go with us down to the show of shows, and it's not going to make it onto the website until we get back, if we still have it. because why do double work? But we've got more stuff coming in as we speak. We're waiting several boxes of German stuff. Again, we get stuff shipped to us from all over the world. I just was FaceTiming with a lady in California. Had another lady in California. Talked to a guy on the East Coast. So it's it's great to hear from all you people all over the country. And we actually have a lot of friends in other countries too. Shout out to Ian down under, and somebody else was just, where were they from? They just emailed. We love hearing from you guys. Email us, drop a thing in the comments, but be sure to subscribe, because the more subscribers we get, I really don't know what happens. But we want more subscribers, I know that. So be sure to subscribe. And Mark and I will keep doing these things, because not like tonight, we got nothing else to do. So we could clean. No, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
But again, thank you for watching. We'll see you again very soon. Until next time, I'm Jerry.
And I'm Mark.
And we
are the
Military Collectibles Shop. All right, pause for dramatic effect.